Bienvenidos a On Stage con Edwin Yumar.
Es un honor estar aquí con Bobbie Bell, el director de Mariana Pineda. Bobbie, welcome to On Stage with Edwin Yumar.
All right, very good.
It's a pleasure to have you, Bobbie. And the people wants to know, the first question they asked me when I said, oh, Bobbie Bell is directing, is like, is he American? He knows Spanish? How he feels about Lorca? How he feels about directing a cast in Spanish? How do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I love Lorca, and I love the play, and particularly now with the political climate that we're in, it's an important time to be doing this particular play.
Yes.
Because the heart of this play, even though it's set in 1830, it's an anti-fascist play.
Yes.
And we need plays that are anti-fascist. And Lorca's a particular friend of mine because he did poor theater. He did people for the poor and for the working class.
Yep.
He himself was a socialist, and he stood up against the forces of fascism and paid for it with his life.
Yes.
You know, so he's a poet that, as they said, you know, was not just a poet. He was a freedom fighter.
Exactly.
So. How do I feel? Well, I mean, when Eliana asked me to do it, of course I was terrified, but I like challenges. I didn't know if I could do it, but I approached the play like a score, like I conduct, as I used to conduct.
Yeah, you're a musician, you're a director.
Yeah, and a conductor, and I never tell my violinist how to play the violin, and I don't tell my actors how to act. Tempos I do, are you in tune, and all that. And the actors are so good. You know, any director who thinks they do more than say come in left, come in right, is a fool. So it's gone very well.
Awesome. I'm part of the cast, and I have to say, for us, it's super amazing to have Bobbie directing us. And the way you approach the actors is very respectful, very tasteful, and I have to say, for me, has been an adventure, and I love this. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you. And I have to ask, of course, how do you feel about the political aspect of this play? And if your voice is reflected in that, of course, because he's the director, your voice has to be there. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, around the world, not just in the United States, but certainly in the United States, there's been an increase in fascist thought. The strong man, the authoritarian, the cult of personality is on the rise in Europe. It's on the rise in the United States. And you don't defeat those sorts of ideas just by sneering at it. It has to be confronted directly. You have to call it out. And if you're not doing it in the theater, then why are you doing it?
That's right.
I've always been a political artist, and why quit now?
Very good, very good.
So this play definitely has overtones for I would say, the political challenges that we have in the United States now. But it's certainly not just the United States. I mean, right-wing white supremacist groups are on the rise in Poland, in Austria, in France. I mean, this ugliness is rising up again, and it needs to be confronted head on.
What they can expect, because I know it's experimental, it's it has a lot of imagination involved. What they can expect?
Okay, well, we're doing the play very presentationally. We're doing it with the poetry intact, and we're a troupe of actors. We bring the audience in, and we tell the story very simply, using the tools that traveling players would have. And so it is an imaginative play, and we invite the audience in to play along with us. So It's a romantic story. It's got humor, and it, also has some action. We have
Of
conspirators and lovers. There are several lovers in the play. So if you like love stories, this is a good one.
So you have to come. Definitely, you have to come. People are going to be part of this story. So, and you're going to be part of the history here in MadCow. So you can't miss it. Mariana Pineda, Federico García Lorca, directed by Bobbie Bell. Thank you, Bobbie.
Thank you so much.